welcome again to another experience of life. Today we will discuss about the attachment theory. Attachment is a deep emotional bond between two people. Attachment theory was first given by British psychiatrist and psychoanalyst John Bowlby. Since then, it has become one of the most well-known theories in the field of psychology. The very basis of attachment theory is that young children need to develop an emotional relationship with at least one person, and that person is a caregiver. The bonding is an intrinsic human need. We all want to be loved, and this process starts at very early stages of our childhood. This initial attachment has profound impact on a child's development and lays the foundation of future behavior and mentality. When Joe Bowlby was dealing with children who were maladjusted and were engaged in antisocial activities, he noticed that these children had trouble forming close relationships with others. He looked into the children's family histories and noticed that many of them had endured disruptions in their home lives at an early age. He concluded that the early emotional bond established between a parent and their child is key to healthy development. One might think that a child gets attached to the person who feeds the child, but this is not the case. The child forms a bond with person who responds to the child in a sensitive way. Usually this person is mother, but it's not necessary. Even the father or grandparents or anyone else can be that person. The attachment bond formed gives sense of more security to the child in the presence of caregiver. We will now tell you the phases of attachment and then attachment patterns. The attachment process is divided into 4 phases. Phase 1 is from birth to 3 months. From the time a baby is born, it has preference to see a human face and listen to human voice. During first 2 to 3 months, baby responds to people, but they don't distinguish between them. At around 6 weeks, when baby can see, it will smile at every face it sees, which increases the chance that caretaker will respond with love and attention. Phase 2 is from 3 months to 6 months. When infants are about 3 months old, they start to differentiate between people and begin to reserve their attachment behaviors for the people they prefer. While they will smile at the people they recognize, they won't do more than stare at a stranger. Babies' preferences are restricted to 2 to 3 individuals, and they usually favor one person in particular. Phase 3 is from 6 months to 3 years. At around 6 months, baby's preference for a specific individual becomes intense, and when that person leaves the room, the infants will have separation anxiety. Once babies learn to crawl, they will also attempt to follow their favorite person. When their favorite person returns, baby will greet them enthusiastically. Baby will also start to fear strangers. By the time babies are 1 year old, they have developed a working model of their favorite individuals, including how they respond to the baby. Phase 4 is from 3 years till end of childhood. At around 3 years of age, the child develops an understanding that the caretakers have their own goals and plans, and the child is less concerned when the caretaker is not around. Now we will tell you about attachment patterns. They are broadly of 4 types. Secure attachment. In this, babies will venture out to explore away from the caregiver, but if they are frightened or in need of reassurance, they will return. Avoidant attachment. In this, children are insecure in their attachment to the caregiver. These children will not become overly distressed when their caregiver leaves, and upon their return, the child will deliberately avoid the caregiver-resistant attachment. In this, the children become extremely upset when the caregiver leaves. But when the caregiver returns, their behavior will be inconsistent. They may initially seem happy to see the caregiver, only to become resistant if the caregiver attempts to pick them up. These children often respond angrily to the caregiver. Disorganized attachment. The final attachment pattern is most often displayed by children who have been subject to abuse, neglect, or other inconsistent parenting practices. Children with a disorganized attachment style seem to be disoriented or confused when their caregiver is present. They seem to view the caregiver as a source of both comfort and fear, leading to disorganized and conflicting behaviors. One other very crucial aspect is maternal deprivation. The lack of maternal affection may have significant and irreversible mental health consequences on a child. That's all for this episode. We hope you must have got a glimpse of the child's feelings. We will bring more videos for you. Watch Life. Like this video. Subscribe to Life, because your life is feelings of experiences.